Greetings, everybody. I am a slideshow, and welcome to Wilfinia. It is a beautiful day here in Wilfinia. Beautiful because we are back in business here in Wilfinia. The business district is, for the most part, up and running. All the farms here are operational. We do seem to have a gathering over here at the Timberland Tree Farm, though. We'll address that in a minute. But if you guys saw the last episode, you know the flower farm over here is the only part of the business district that we decided to not repair and take our business elsewhere. We're going to be importing flowers from here on out. We'll talk about that more a little bit later in the episode, but first, I want to go ahead and see what these guys are up to right here. Because y'all know you can't be here, right? I'm going to need y'all to disperse. Go on, get. Follow the piggy. Yes, follow the piggy. Follow the piggy! What part of follow the piggy do you guys not understand? You guys are ridiculous, you know that? If you didn't know it, well, you know what, now you're aware, okay? Making me rearrange my hedges. You know, we live in a civilized society where normal people don't go around climbing all over other people's hedges. My goodness. The nerve of these folks. So, a little bit ago, I was talking about how we are going to be importing our flowers from here on out. Now, it's not as simple as it sounds, because in order to import our flowers, we are going to first need to export bone meal. Which means we're going to have our kelp farm over here at Wharf working overtime to produce the requisite bone meal needed to fuel the flower farm. Which means we are going to need to keep this area loaded, and in order to keep it loaded, we're going to have Dee Dee standing by over here with his little tree. Why do you have a little tree?
I would prefer the tree farm. I don't like being this far away from Wilfinia.
Well, of course you don't. Wilfinia is the greatest place ever, but sometimes our work requires us to travel. We're servants of Wilfinia, Dee Dee. Can't always live in luxury and comfort, you know. Sometimes we gotta go where Wilfinia needs us. And right now, Wilfinia needs me to head on over to the flower farm real quick. I'll fix this eventually. I promise I will. Now, we're not going to kick things off working over here at the flower farm right away. It's just that, you know, I kind of left my stuff here like a fool. But we'll be back here a little bit later. Because it did occur to me that I fibbed to you guys when we started this episode. I said that we got the business district back in business, and that's not entirely true. There is actually one pretty major area of the business district that I forgot to touch on. Hello? Now, where we're going, we don't need wings. I'm wearing something a little better suited to the environment. Welcome! Ow. Like 3 seconds, I already forgot. Not wearing my wings! Anyway, welcome to the New Moon Mining Company. Now, there's not any farms over here in the New Moon Mining Company, but we do have an elevator that is currently out of operation. Now, at this point, I am going to remind myself to climb down gently and not just dive down to the bottom like some kind of crazy person. But before we get the elevator back up and running, we do need to deepen the shaft here now, because before, this was good. You know, this was as deep as we could reasonably go. But now, Wilfinia does go down quite a bit deeper. Hey! You know, just one little peek. Yeah. No! Okay, you know, we'll just climb down normally. Now, this is a bigger job than you think, because we don't want the elevator bringing any of our miners down here into danger, right? And there is plenty of danger around here because these caves are filled with monsters. And we are going to need to rid this area of said monsters. Ah! You! Stop that! Look at that, jumped over your arrow. You fool! Okay, so that's how we're going to go ahead and start. So, at this point, let's go ahead, crap! Let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. I am done lighting up caves for today, but there's a few things I noticed. While reviewing the footage, one thing I noticed is that there are a ton of freaking caves here under Wilfinia, so we're not going to be able to do all of them today. Second thing I noticed is that we had quite a few villagers that had fallen down this hole because I forgot to close this trapdoor right here. So that kind of sucks. Let's see if we can figure out how we can get them out. Nope, hold up. Yeah! Haha! And guys! Don't you know that being down here is incredibly freaking dangerous? I mean, come on! That was like the main point I was trying to convey in this time lapse we just went through. Alright, listen guys, I know you don't want to be down here. I don't want you down here. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a path for you to follow. It's gonna go from where you are to where you need to be. Alright guys. Yep, right around here. Crap! This is not where we need to be! Alright, listen guys. Same plan, just different. Alright, this time we're gonna go the right way. Dang it. No! Dang it. Alright, listen, this is a bad spot for you to be in, okay? This is a terrible spot for you to be in. Stop pushing me! Hey, no, you get back over here. Don't do it. Don't do it. You just had to go and do it, huh? You just couldn't resist, could you? It is incredibly dangerous over here. Perfect. Ow! Dang it. Because not only are there monsters in these caves, there's all kinds of hazards over here. And now see what's happening? I'm dying because of you. Hope you're happy. Hope one of us is happy. Because I definitely am not happy. And now I'm stuck in a spider web. Yep. So we got a lone wolf here, fellas. Please tell me y'all went up. What in the world? They had to have gone up. There's nowhere else for them to go. Hopefully. But we do now have a lone villager, or at least one lone villager, wandering around these mine shafts. Hey, y'all haven't happened to see a villager around here, have you? You tell me if you did. They would tell me if they did. You know, they'd let me know. They wouldn't keep that for me. Villager! I'm just gonna go ahead and assume he didn't go this way. Hey, you didn't happen to see a villager around here, did you? No? Trying to get him home. You sure you haven't seen him? You're being less than helpful right now. I have a feeling you're not taking me seriously. I don't appreciate that. Alright, well, you know what? I can't reasonably stay down here any longer. If he doesn't want to come home, you know, I can't force him. It's just a sad fact of life, you know? Can't help somebody doesn't want to be helped. I mean, we'll come back down in these caves, we'll do some more lighting up, some more exploration, but you know, if he doesn't want to be found, well, there's nothing I can do to find him. Let's just hope these other villagers had enough sense to go back home where they belong. Thank goodness. What are you guys doing? Oh, can't get up all the way, can you? That's a shame. You know, it's real nice up here. Maybe just sit there and stew on what you did, on what you put me through, on what you put your families through. You sorry? Alright. Just promise not to do it again. Any little help there? Alright. We're good now. Listen, y'all just gotta not fall down any more holes. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and cover this up so you guys are safe. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover up the other ones too. Crap! Left another one open. No villagers down here, though. That's good, because if they did fall down here, they'd be floating on the water, right? So we should be fine. And eventually, once we get back around to the beacon project, we'll make it so the villagers can't fall down the holes. But for now, we're going to just cover them up as a temporary measure. All right, now that that ordeal is done with, we were talking about something. We were talking about things I noticed while down there deep in the caves. Another thing I noticed, a few things I noticed actually, were that we have quite a few new spawners in the area. Now I figure the spawners are something that we could check out together. If I can figure out how to get back down here, there we go. So the first spawner we have is a zombie spawner. Not too useful in itself, but if you consider that we are fairly close to the apostate tower, we could farm rotten flesh from this and use it to trade with the clerics they have over there, right? Now, as far as loot goes, we got a couple golden apples. That ain't too bad. But that's not all, folks, because over here beneath the slime farm, the now unused slime farm in the quarantine district of Wilfin's laboratory, we have yet another spawner, and this one is a zombie spawner, which we probably won't use for anything. But as far as loot goes in this one, we have an enchanted golden apple. Very nice. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and take that with me. And you know, at some later point, I might come down here and collect some of this dripstone as well. Now, the final spawner we found is also over here beneath the quarantine district, and it is a skeleton spawner. Now, this one, I'm thinking we might get some use out of, because right now we have Dee Dee just standing over there at Wharf, waiting for kelp to grow, waiting for that kelp to be harvested, waiting for that kelp to be composted, all so we can get a steady supply of bone meal. But if we were to just farm bones, let's say, that might be a better use of Dee Dee's time. We could station him on down here instead. Owie! What in the... Oh, it's going to be dangerous coming back up here. Okay, let's be aware of that. But yes, skeleton spawner. And I did not finish lighting up the caves around here, so this might be a little bit of a dangerous area. That's fine. Now, as far as loot goes, we got Unbreaking 3, Looting 2, and a Music Disc 13. You know what? I can live with that. I'm ready for you. Where you at? Did I pass you? Ah, you fool! Ow! That was rude. Ha! But that's not all we managed to get. Check out all this stuff. And that's the stuff we just got. All this stuff right here. Yeah. Nice little outing. Now, the skeleton spawner does seem to be located pretty much directly beneath Raidada, or at least bordering it, underneath some of it, bordering other parts of it. That is not going to make much sense with the layout we have for the quarantine district of Wilfin's Labs. So we need to figure out how to integrate this in a way that makes sense. I have an idea! We have BAD, the Botanical Analysis Division of Wilfin's Labs, and we do use bone meal in BAD, right? So, what we could potentially do is make a way to access the skeleton farm from BAD. Maybe we were to poke a hole in right here, see if we can... maybe not. But, if we were to drop a little bit lower into BAD... down here by Warped and Crimson Farms, we could possibly make a path over there through here. I'm thinking that might actually work. Now, since what we're about to get into involves me doing a fair amount of digging, I'm thinking it might make sense to get some use out of our beacons, or at least this beacon right over here. Now, problem with this beacon is that it is not nearly low enough to give us the effects we want as deep as we want as we're making our way down to the skeleton spawner, right? So, just like we did over here in the business district, I am going to lower this beacon and possibly reposition it a little bit because it's kind of in an awkward place. I'm thinking right here might be a good spot for it, you know? Kind of centered on this doorway leading out from bad or leading to bad. So we integrate the beacon into whatever room is right here, right? That might work. It's also centered on that beacon over there, so those will line up. And I don't believe there's anything really underneath here, so that's good. And the coverage should be good as well, because everything will be overlapping, right? Sounds like a plan to me. So, at this point, we got quite a bit of work ahead of us. We've got a hole to dig, we've got a beacon to move, and we've got a skeleton spawner to build. Let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody! We have a skeleton farm. But before we get down to the skeleton farm, there is some other stuff I want to show you guys. So, number one, we moved our beacon over here. Didn't do me much good because turns out skeleton farm is out of range of the beacon, so we did what we did without haste. Which was a great use of my time. Wonderful! Not bitter at all. Oh, and I do think we are going to make an elevator over here leading down into the area leading down to the skeleton farm because We drop down here, that just brings us into this area I started clearing out, which also joins with this area, which is our Warped and Crimson farms, right? So what we could do in the future is turn this into another area of bad, because we do have plenty of room down here. It's just a matter of figuring out what we're going to actually use this place for. What would it make sense to farm down here, right? But that's not what we're focused on today. No, we made a skeleton farm. So let's go ahead and check out our skeleton farm, which is, as of now, filled with glow squid rather than skeleton. Why, glow squid, why would you be down here in my skeleton farm? I don't like that. That's not a place for you. Oh, and also, this isn't the greatest design for a skeleton farm, because they do kind of fight each other to get down that hole. I mean, they do go down there eventually. They don't get stuck for more than a second or two, but you know, it's not great in terms of efficiency. But as far as items go, items will come shooting up here, go over this way. Bones will get sorted out using this item sorter into these chests. Anything left over, arrows will go into this chest, and when that fills up, then the hopper will fill up, and then everything else gets destroyed by a cactus, right? So we do have bones coming in now. That's wonderful. We can go ahead and see them coming in. Yeah, I mean, it works, right? Oh, we got glow squid ink. See, this is why you guys ain't supposed to be down here, dang it. And if we head down here a little bit lower, you can see how we're actually taking the skeletons out. We just have a lava source up here that takes them out, but allows their items to still be collected. I don't want that. Oh, you guys are in for a bad time. But you already know that, don't you? Because you can feel it in your bones. But now that that is all settled, maybe we can get around to what I intended to get around to in this episode. Our flower farm! Owie! Yeah, to the flower farm. What in the world? All these signs. Hello, new neighbor. Hello? Hi! I wasn't aware I had neighbors here. This is great. Where you at? Come say hi. We noticed you built whatever this is on our property. I mean, this is a flower farm. I think that'd be obvious. Clearly, we are not very thrilled with this development. We are not unreasonable, though. It's obvious you were just ignorant, and this was not a declaration of war, or was it? No! No, I'm not authorized to declare war. I was just, you know, doing what I do, Mr. Chicken. I don't want any territorial disputes. That's the last thing I want. Ignorance may be forgiven, aggression shall not. Our right to this land extends to the resources gathered from it. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Grant us limited access to these facilities and your services, and all may be forgiven. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, whatever you need. Whatever you need. Is it the seeds you want, Mr. Chicken? Is it the seeds? I'll give you the seeds. I don't have a use for them. My goodness. Yeah, I'll do whatever I need to do to keep the peace. Mr. Wolfins would be so mad if I went and picked a fight. Welcome to the neighborhood. Huh. I mean, I already got plenty of those. But you know what? It's the thought that counts, right? It's appreciated. There's a slime pillar out there. That's weird. Hello? Hello? Is anyone here? Oh, not you, not you. No, not calling for you. You go back home. You go back home where you belong. No. I said not here. I said no. Oh, I hope that wasn't my neighbor. Oh, I don't want to start anything. I don't want to start anything. Let's try not to stab anything else that might be my neighbor. All right. Oh, you know, there's something strangely familiar about the way this slime is stacked. Something strangely familiar and oddly comforting. Let's say we could really use our own bone meal farm. Your own bone meal farm. I just made a bone meal farm. All right. Well, this must be the services they talked about. Is it down here? Y'all got a skeleton spawner down here? Because that would make what I did earlier in this episode kind of pointless. Oh. Doing this again, huh? Alright. Nope. Hi! Sorry to drop in on y'all like that. Ah, sword! Whew. Uninvited guests are a pain in the butt. Again, y'all don't have any butts, do you? Oh. Well, at least our new neighbors left payment. That's nice. So, I mean, in the interest of keeping the peace, guess we're building another skeleton farm. Hey, neighbors! I agree to your terms. I'll build you your bone meal farm and you can have some of the flowers, okay? We're gonna share. Oh, look at that. I do have neighbors. Well, how about that? Neighbors share with each other, right? So you guys can help yourself to some flowers if you want. And you can help yourself to some bone meal if you want. And we'll just split it like 50-50 or whatever you think is fair. Or whatever Mr. Wolfins thinks is fair. I think it's more fair to actually let Mr. Wolfins decide who gets what share of what, you know, considering Wilfinia is here to help you out. I mean, my goodness, you guys have no idea, do you? Me stumbling across you. This might be the greatest day of your lives. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love everything Wilfinia has to bring to this area. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. Are there actually any people in this village? Yes, there are. Oh, guys, you're gonna have bone meal coming out your ears. It's gonna be amazing. Do you hear me? Enjoy it while you can. Because once you have all that bone meal coming out your ears, you're not gonna be able to hear anything. I'm a problem solver, you know? I resolve disputes. That is what I do. I got everything I need to get, right? Yeah. So, we're going to do what we did earlier. We're going to build a skeleton farm for our new neighbors. That doesn't involve you. Oh, I hope that wasn't somebody's pet. Anyway, same thing we did earlier, just here now. So at this point, let's go ahead and call the drone on over. Put on a little bit of music. Do a little something for our new friends. Welcome back, everybody. Oh boy, we did something for our neighbors, and you know what? Feels good, man. Always feels good when you do something for somebody else that also benefits you in some way as well, because now we and our neighbors both have a new bone meal farm. Hey, if you want to stop by, I'll show you how to use it. No? Okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you get down there, you'll see. You just kind of stand over here, and then you got plenty of stuff to keep you entertained. You got the amazing architecture to marvel at. You've got some glow squid down here, and then you can see the skeletons fighting to get down the hole and provide you with your own bone meal. And this is all Wolfin's Laboratory proprietary technology, so I will ask you to stay out of these back areas. But you can help yourself to whatever's in here. I mean, well, maybe not the arrows. I don't know if we want to arm you. Because, you know, if you're untrained, it's more dangerous to have a weapon than to not have a weapon, you know? Take these guys, for example. They have weapons. They're not going to last long in this world. Marvel at the efficiency, folks. Marvel at it. Oh, and you know what? Wolfin's Labs does offer protective services should y'all require them. Just say the word. And I'll have a killer robot over here before you know it. All right. Now that that is done, we can turn our attention to another slime pillar. Okay. You know, it's probably just a thank you note. That's probably what it is. It's not working. My goodness. It's not working. You really should do it for us. Thanks. Do it for you? I told you guys I'd show you how it works. Weren't you listening? My goodness. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. In the name of friendship, I'll have my robot come over and do it for you. Come on this way, Dee Dee. Yep, that's right. Pay no attention to those guys. They're our neighbors. They're our friends. They're friends of Wilfinia, and we're helping them out a little bit. You're doing a great job. Come right on here. Then go right down this hole.
I would prefer to stay in close proximity to Wilfinia.
What? What was that, Dee Dee? I couldn't understand you. I'm sure it's fine.
I exist to serve Wolfin's laboratories. Wolfred Wolfins exists. I exist to serve Wolfred. I exist.
Yeah. I mean, exist right here. That's all I need you to do. Keep this area loaded, and I'll be back. You know, eventually. I do have a lot of business to tend to in Wilfinia, though, so it might be a while. You understand, right? So, have fun, and I will see you later. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get done anything I wanted to get done in this episode. My initial plan for this episode, believe it or not, was to build up the exterior and even the interior to our flower farm here, but obviously that didn't happen, and now I'm out of time. But you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm not, because we did something good here, you know? We helped out our neighbors, and if there's anything Wilfinia is, it's a good neighbor, right? So we'll return to the flower farm at some point in the future and finish this up, but next episode, as I said, we got stuff we need to handle back in Wilfinia.
What a beautiful day! Oh, why, hello there, Mr. Gala. Oh, I can't chat long. I've got business over yonder. I sure hope that stupid builder hasn't changed too much. I mean, if I know him, he's too lazy to do what he's supposed to, so he'll probably have his robot do it for him. And if the robot is here, that means the Grey Wolf Sway over it has weakened. Like revered Enchantress Arcana always says, magic and machines don't mix. Oh, hello there, friend. Yeah, just go on about your business. I'm just gonna go this way. Bye. I hate creepers. Whoa! Look who it is! There's my least favorite robot.
I remember you.
Shush! Don't get your wires in a twist. Everything's gonna be just fine. Once I make a few adjustments.
It is so good to be home. It's like I always say, it's like everybody always says. There is no place like Wilfinia. But I do think that's going to be it for us today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. And if you want to see more of Wilfinia, please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Miracle Grow, and I will see you guys later.